boop. What's going on, everybody? It is 11:03 a.m. here in Florida on Wednesday, August 24th. And I'm going to be hanging out with you guys for about 30 minutes. It's going to be a quick live stream. Got to go pick up my daughter from school. So this is just going to be a short little 30 to 45 minute live stream. Topic of conversation is what's your favorite sequel trilogy movie? Yeah, but you guys know we never stay on topic with these things. We're all over the place. So welcome, Took. Good to see you, man. Republic Commando, Luke, Frosty, the Lego Boy, Det Bullock, Oscar. What's going on, man? Luke Skywalker, Jedi Master, Legend, Echo Base. One and all. Good to see you. Just got done mowing the lawn, going on a 4-mile run, and now I am here sitting down with you guys, shooting the shit. Took. Welcome. Good to see you, man. Member for 41 months. Took says, kids back at school, 2 days off work, meal prepping, enjoying the quiet. HG. And the answer to the question is TLJ, though I like The Rise of Skywalker. Though I like The Rise of Skywalker most. Gotcha. Dude, I'm the same way. My daughter's back in school, and, you know, the firefighter schedule is 24 hours on, and then you have 2 days off. And when she's at school for those 2 days, it's the first time I've, had time to myself in a very, very long time. I get 4 or 5 hours until I have to go pick her up, and it's obviously I do shit around the house. I'm not just bumming around. I'm gonna take one day where I just play a video game for 3 hours straight, and it's gonna be glorious. I need to find the time to do that, but it's awesome. I put in a podcast. I just do shit around the house. You know the feeling, man. And it's weird too. Sometimes in that time when my daughter's at school, I get bored because you kind of end up walking in circles. You don't know what to do with yourself, That's just me, at least. But I'm with you, man. Out of the 3 sequel trilogy movies, TLJ is my favorite. We'll go deeper into that, but thank you so much for the membership, man. I hope you and yours are doing well. Hope the job is going good as well. Let me tighten my microphone stand here so it stops drooping. There we go. Logan says The Force Awakens. The Force Awakens, man, I saw that about 5 times in the movie theater. I have all the ticket stubs in a poster frame somewhere. I don't know, it might be in the attic actually. But the build up to that is what gives me so much love. Just that overall time period. We're going into new Star Wars. It's kind of like when I was growing up and the prequels were coming out. The build up to it is almost more exciting than getting the actual thing. But hell yeah. Took says we'll enjoy the boredoms because the after school stuff is far more busy. I'm sure. Yeah, my daughter only goes to school from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. So, she doesn't really do any. I mean, she's only 4 years old. I don't know what she'll be into. When she's older. Right now, she loves swimming. I take her to the pool all the time. She's a hell of a swimmer. Maybe she'll take that up when she's in high school or something like that. She likes going to gymnastics too. We take her to this open gymnastics occasionally where you pay $5 and she can run around a giant gymnasium with foam pits and trampolines and stuff. She does that for an hour or so. But yeah, it's interesting. I have no idea what she'll be into when she's older. I see a lot of Last Jedis, a couple Force Awakens. I would say, as I skim through the chat, The Rise of Skywalker is the last on most people's list, it would seem. A3, thank you so much for the first super chat and channel support of the stream. A3 says, The Last Jedi, thank you for your time. Well, I appreciate the channel support. Quick, concise, and to the point. I'm with you, A3. The Last Jedi is my favorite Star Wars movie of this new era. I like it more than Solo. I like it more than Rogue One as well, not just the sequel. So I like the ideas that it brings to the franchise. It didn't feel like we were mulching over the same shit. It felt like something fresh and new, and I would like to think that even if people didn't like that movie, they could at least appreciate the chances that it took. Because for me, man, like, a movie like The Rise of Skywalker is not what I'm looking for in Star Wars at all. It was so predictable, and, I had some fun ideas in there. A lot of those ideas were carryovers from The Last Jedi, like the Force connection and stuff like that, but it was so predictable, and just, like, it was like... I love vanilla, but it was like vanilla. It was just like, I don't know. It was like a McDonald's chicken nugget. It was just like, I don't know. It really didn't do anything for me. And it's not what I'm looking for in my Star Wars. Something like The Last Jedi that's a little more, I don't know, it had a lot more interesting ideas, and that's what I'm thirsting for in future Star Wars projects, But, yeah. Alkin... thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that, man. Last Jedi, I love the arc it brings Luke on. Never understood the hate. I never understood it either. It's interesting. Like, I loved the direction that they took the character. Going into the movie, it's kind of what I expected, right? A man who's completely down on his luck. His worldview has come crumbling down. Everybody always talks about how he was going to kill Ben. That's not the case. You have that Rashomon effect where there's multiple points of view for this one instance. Luke sees the future. He sees the death and destruction that this kid is going to bring, and for a brief moment, he lets himself. What does he say? For a fleeting moment, and it passed like a fleeting shadow or something like that. It was interesting. Yeah, I mean, we all have our differing opinions, of course, but for me, I loved the arc. I loved how Luke Skywalker was used in that movie. He was so powerful, and we got, in my opinion, hands down the best performance in any Star Wars movie, Mark Hamill in The Last Jedi. I don't think there's... in my brain, there's no contest. There's no contest that Mark Hamill in The Last Jedi is the best Star Wars performance in the entire saga. But yeah, I'm with you, Alkin. I never understood the hate either. But hey, what can you do? What can you do? I did, when I was starting the stream, I'm not going to scroll up and look at his name, but I did see somebody in the chat saying if you like The Last Jedi, you don't understand Star Wars, you're not a fan and stuff. That is such a caricature of an internet person. If you don't like the thing that if you like the thing that I don't like, then you're not a real fan. It's fucking dumb. It's fucking dumb. So don't surround yourself with people like that. They're just a big drag, right? And don't be that person either, because it's embarrassing as a human being, as a man, as a person on planet Earth. Don't be that guy. Oscar Rodriguez, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. I greatly appreciate that. Oscar says, TLJ. I like the Shyamalan, M. Night Shyamalan. Oh, twists and turns, like M. Night Shyamalan. Is that how you spell it? I don't know if I've ever looked at how his last name is spelled. Yeah, it is interesting. Rey from Nowhere was a great contrast to every other protagonist: Luke, Anakin, Jenna, Urso, Ezra, etc. 100%, Oscar. That's one of the biggest bummers for me. In the direction that the sequel trilogy took in The Rise of Skywalker. Rey from Nowhere is way more interesting. Somebody that comes from nothing, from nowhere, and becomes something, charts their own destiny, their own path, has no connection to the events that we're familiar with. That's way more interesting of a concept in Star Wars. I mean, since we've had all the connections before, than her being a Palpatine. That is such an eye-rolly dumb idea. It's just I don't know, but I'm with you, Oscar. Rey from Nowhere is great. It's a great concept. And I've never understood why everything always like needs to be connected in Star Wars. I've never understood that. Like, we just end up telling the tales of these generations of same people, same families, and at a certain point, to me, that just gets stagnant and boring. Yeah, Rey being from nowhere is far more interesting than her having a connection to the past. But hey, it gives more mystery to this character. Yeah, it's just such a dumb idea that I just... It's one of those things that we all have headcanon, and in my headcanon, Rey is still Rey from nowhere. Just because it's way more of an interesting idea. But yeah, anyway. Oscar also says, not only is it a great companion to TFA, I like it as a bittersweet epilogue to the entire Star Wars saga. I like it better as an epilogue duology. Yeah, they're great companions for sure. And I don't think they really contrast each other as much as, I guess the internet screamers would have you believe. But, yeah, man. Yeah, there's so many moments in that movie that I love. I think the ending with Crate, Luke, Kylo on Crate, it's a beautiful sequence. Beautiful. I love it. It's one of my favorite Star Wars moments. Introduce that Force connection where matter is actually passed. Like Kylo has the rain on his glove from when Rey is on Ahch-To and they're having that that conversation. That's kind of like a foreshadowing of that lightsaber passing in The Rise of Skywalker, which is one of the things that I enjoyed about that movie. But hell yeah, Oscar. I'm with you, man. What's up, Caleb? One sec. Let me close out a couple things. All right. Hold on. Sorry, guys. There we go. Okay, cool. There we go. All right. Caleb, Isaac, and Icy Bubba. What's up, Icy? Good to see you, man. Caleb says, TLJ 100%. When people say Luke wanted to kill Ben, I roll my eyes, look at TFA. When Rey has a force vision, it's intense and real. He fell, but also rised. Yeah, it's kind of like a weird interpretation of the overall scene. This he never tried to kill him. I mean, we've talked about this ad nauseum, right? You see the events through their two different, I guess 3 different versions of the story. Luke tells it from a shameful perspective. He's lying a little bit. He's glossing over some details, and he's basically in his version of the story, he never even ignites his lightsaber. He comes like tearful-eyed and like he looks worried, right? He looks he just looks worried. Never ignites the lightsaber. In Kylo's telling of the story, Luke looks like a goddamn monster. He's hovering over Luke is hovering over Kylo. He's foaming at the mouth. His lightsaber is ignited and ready to strike, and he tries to take a swing. And in Kylo's version, he sees no remorse in Luke's eyes. He only sees like death. And when the truth comes out, you know, Luke tells a truthful version of the story, more truthful, and he says that he basically he saw the future. He saw things to come. He saw that this boy would cause death and destruction, destroying everything he knows and loves. And for a fleeting moment, you know, he failed. For an instant, for an instant, Luke saw the future. He saw what this boy would do. And for a moment, a split second, a nanosecond, he reacted. It was like a knee-jerk reaction, right? So I've never understood. It's way more interesting than just Luke tried to kill Bit. It's fucking way more interesting than that. It's way more interesting of a retelling than just that. But yeah. Anyway, Caleb, I appreciate the hell out of that, man. I'm with you. My order in terms of enjoyment of the sequel trilogy is TLJ, The Force Awakens, and then The Rise of Skywalker. And The Rise of Skywalker is way lower than those other two. But yes, sir. Anyway, I appreciate it, guys. There we go. Isaac and Icy, thank you guys so much. Isaac says, I wish Rian Johnson did the whole sequel trilogy. It would definitely be pretty damn interesting, right? There's been no news about like Rian Johnson's trilogy or whatever it's going to be. I certainly hope that he eventually does get to spearhead a trilogy or whatever it's going to be. Talent. He's an incredibly talented filmmaker and storyteller, and I would be really surprised if like even the people who don't like The Last Jedi would disagree with that. I mean, he's incredibly talented, makes some great movies, great director, and I think it would do the franchise a disservice to not let him spearhead a trilogy. He has experience, but he also... Oh, one sec.
I watch it, I'd say it wins by default. I enjoy the hell out of TFA, but TLJ rendered it meaningless to me. I thought Truss was shitty, but we can still be friends if you liked it.
Vince, what's up, man? Good to see you. One sec. Yeah, he's got the experience under his belt, and he's also a really unique storyteller and director. And he would breathe, hopefully, like new life into the franchise that sometimes feels stagnant. I mean, all of the projects, maybe minus The Mandalorian, all of the movies that have come under the Disney banner, they've all felt very similar. Nothing has been too risky. I think The Last Jedi is the last one that really took some risks and tried to do something different. And as much as I love The Mandalorian through and through, and especially the first season when it's just all new characters, basically. That was awesome. But I think The Last Jedi is the one... I can understand why people would say Rogue One too. All the characters die at the end. But until that point, it was okay. But yeah, man, I want him to spearhead more Star Wars projects because I think the franchise needs someone like him. But yeah. Anyway, cheers, man. And Mr. Icy Bubba. Icy says, to me, each movie is better than the last. I love The Rise of Skywalker. Awesome. Yeah. See, I'm not a fan of that movie at all. I mean, I say that, but I also say any Star Wars movie has things that I like about it. So even The Rise of Skywalker, a movie that is one of the lowest ranked on my Star Wars list, there's still aspects that I thoroughly enjoy, even love, But it's like earlier, I don't think he's around here anymore, but there was a guy in the chat saying, like, if you like The Last Jedi, you don't understand Star Wars, and he was basically like a caricature of an internet man. You know what I mean? An internet Star Wars fan who, if you like the thing that he doesn't like, you're not a real fan. Is that not a caricature? Is that not like it's just dumb, right? So you saying The Rise of Skywalker, you love that movie. I get it, man. We all have things that we love that other people aren't going to love. There's things that I like that you're not going to like. That's what makes the world tick, right? And that's, I think, Star Wars fans especially kind of have to understand that you're not going to love every single project. That's been the case since the beginning of the franchise, you know. The prequels really tested the water with that concept for sure. And if you lived through that time period, which I did, you know that this is like a generational thing, right? But anyway, Icy, cheers, man. You're not alone. There's a lot of people that love that movie. For sure. But I appreciate that. Gotta hop off soon, guys. Gotta go pick up my daughter from school. Nathan Pelka, good to see you, man. Nathan says, TLJ, no doubt. Gotta give credit to the novelization of The Rise of Skywalker, though much more structured. Okay, that's a good idea. I've been trying to figure out what to read lately. The Rise of Skywalker... Kindle. Let's just see how much it is on the Kindle. $10. All right. I mean, I have a lot of other books that I want to read, but I should probably read this at some point. I've never read. Well, I take that back. The only Star Wars like film novelization that I've ever read was the kids version of The Phantom Menace that came out in 1999. I got the junior novelization of The Phantom Menace at a book fair. Would have been in middle school, I guess. I was 13. And the book came out a couple months before the movie came out, and I read it, and like I knew everything that was going to happen when I went and saw the movie, which I guess is kind of a bummer. But yeah, Nathan, maybe I'll pick that up one day. I'd love to check out some novelizations. I think you might be the first person that's ever mentioned the Rise of Skywalker novelization to me, so you've piqued my interest for sure. All right. I'm looking at 345 pages, released March 2020. All right, Nathan, you might have sold me. Oh, the audiobook? Wait. Audiobook with an Audible membership is $1. Maybe I'll do that. I have like an hour commute. So maybe it would be better to jump into the audiobook version. Anyway. I appreciate that, Nathan. And Vince, thank you so much, man. Vince says, I like TLJ. The more I watch it, I'd say it wins by default. I enjoy the hell out of TFA, but TLJ rendered it meaningless to me. I thought The Rise of Skywalker was shitty, but we can still be friends if you liked it. Absolutely. Absolutely. Not a fan of that movie, but yeah, we can still cheers, man. We can still cheers. Yeah, The Force Awakens is, I always describe it as fun. It's just fun. Whenever I watch that movie or see it on TV, I always kind of put myself back in 2015 and the time period, you know, around that time period. One sec. I put myself back in the movie theater in 2015, just super excited, waiting for the movie to start, you know, and with my friends and my wife, and we're all just extremely excited. So it's more than just like a movie. It's an experience, you know. I always think about the experience of going to see that movie. But yeah, I'm with you. TLJ trumps The Force Awakens for me just because it tried something different. It brought some unique concepts. And I think it's the best looking of any of the modern Star Wars movies. Yeah, I'm a big fan of that movie, man. It's the only one of the modern Star Wars movies that I have a desire to continuously rewatch, you know. But Yeah. Anyway, I hope you're doing well, Vince. I appreciate that that channel support this afternoon. Oh, it's not the afternoon yet. It's still morning. Still morning. Anyway. Cheers, man. The Irish Viking and Icy, thank you guys for coming in with the final super chats before I got a jet. The Irish Viking says, also, the look and sound of the crossguard lightsaber is really cool. Yeah, hell yeah. I remember when that trailer first came out for The Force Awakens, and you see that lightsaber with the crossguard, and it was just... You know, it reminded me of the first time you see the trailer for The Phantom Menace and you see Darth Maul's double-sided lightsaber. You know, something new had been introduced. Yeah, it got people riled up. It got people excited to see something new and fresh. I liked it. I liked it from the jump. I love the sound of it, too. The sound of Kylo's lightsaber is very... industrial. It's very it's grindy. It's like, if I don't know how to explain it. It feels very like homemade, you know. I love the sound of it. It's the most unique sounding lightsaber in the franchise, hands down. But hell yeah, man. You just brought back a memory of watching that trailer for the first time. Seeing that lightsaber and going, oh goodness, what is this? You know? But anyway, cheers, man. I appreciate that. And Icy Bubba, thank you so much, Ice, for coming in with the final super chat. Icy says, my hot Star Wars take is I don't like The Mandalorian, LOL. Hey, it's all right. You know, I definitely liked the first season of The Mandalorian more than the second. And the main reason for that is there was such a big new factor that the show didn't lean on and rely on characters that we're already familiar with. You know, in the second season, you know, Boba Fett's introduced and Ahsoka's introduced and we see more Luke and you know, we get all these Bo-Katan and we get all these familiar faces that, to me, it kind of lost its charm. There was something really charming and unique and quaint about The Mandalorian's first season that got lost in the second season because it just felt like a Star Wars grab bag at a certain point, you know? But yeah, if you don't like it, that's fine. I think the first season's fantastic. Second season's great too, but it definitely lost a lot of its charm for me. But yeah, Icy, that would probably be one of the most unpopular Star Wars opinions of the modern era. You're probably in a very, very low percentile when it comes to that opinion across Star Wars opinions. But that's interesting. You'll have to go into that in a little deeper when I have the time. But hell yeah, I appreciate it, Icy. It's good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. All right, guys, I got a jet. I got to get out of here quick. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. To everybody who super chatted this morning, I appreciate the hell out of it. I say this morning, but you guys are from all around the world, so yeah, it might not be morning where you are. In fact, it probably is not. Anyway. Oh, we got Kaya Dathomir coming in with the final super chat. Kai says, TLJ is mine. I don't actually like it, to be honest, but in my opinion, it is the best sequel. It's the most entertaining. Oh, that's interesting. You don't like it, but it's the most entertaining. Interesting. All right. It's hands down, by far, my favorite modern Star Wars movie. It's my favorite modern Star Wars thing, including shows. But... yeah, it's incredibly entertaining. Oh, you said interesting. Yeah, it's incredibly interesting. Yeah, interesting ideas, interesting concepts, interesting characters, interesting choices. Yeah, I'm just a big fan of that movie and the creative decisions that went into it. But Hey, Kai, I appreciate that, man. I'm sorry I got a jet. I got to go pick up my daughter from school. But I appreciate the hell out of that. I'm back, guys, and I'll be doing more streams and videos from time to time. That 4-month break that I took from the channel is over, and now you'll see me more often. But all right, everybody, I really got to go. All right, so don't know what's coming. I might do a stream tomorrow night. We'll see. But if I don't see you, then have a good one. Oh no, I definitely won't. I won't do a stream tomorrow night. I won't be here. All right. Anyway, have a good one, guys. I appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your day. See ya.